Hello everybody, and Happy New Year. Here's the January update, first for 2019. I hope you all had a good Christmas and New Year. I had a quiet Christmas, but quite a busy New Year. Anyway, first of all, I'd like to say a special Happy New Year to a Grommer friend in Pittsburgh over in the USA. Happy New Year, Joe. Joe is always very appreciative of my little video efforts. So thank you for all your very kind comments, Joe. I really do appreciate them very much. Right. Now then, there's not all that much to report at the moment. I think that the belly is actually growing. Incidentally, there is a belt there, but the belly is doing a very good job of camouflaging it. I actually measured the belly yesterday, and it was 48.5 inches. Now the last time I measured it, which was a few months ago, it was 45 inches. So I'm quite pleased that it has gone up. But although it's gone up in size, weight hasn't increased all that much. I was 2 days ago I was 208 pounds. When I got on the scales last night before getting into bed, I had actually gone up to 209 and a quarter. So it's gradually getting up to my goal of 210, but it's quite a slow job, I think. However, having said that, when I was chatting to my dear friend down in Cornwall the other day, I mentioned this, and he reminded me that it's not all that long ago that I actually got to my goal of 200. So in a reasonably short space of time it has gone up to 209. So really I need to be patient. Although I have to say patience is not one of my strong points. It'll get there eventually, I'm sure it will, with the help of a few more gainer shakes. So we'll, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But if I do get up to the 210, which I hope I do, I'll then set a new goal of 215. So we'll see how that goes. It's still a bit wobbly, but it's not bad, I suppose. It's certainly very polkable and pattable and rubbable. Is that a word? Rubbable? I just wish there was someone here who could do it for me instead of me having to do it myself. Ah well, chance will be a fine thing. It is getting a bit, as you can see, the overhang is getting quite good. The moobs are coming on as well, which is good. Oh, having mentioned my friend in Cornwall, I'll just do this for him because he does like to see a socked foot. So this is for you, my friend. When I was up in Edinburgh for New Year, I was stopping with my friend Frank, and on New Year's morning, it was about 4 o'clock, before we got home from the New Year's Eve party we'd been attending, which was very good, incidentally. I think I overindulged on the whiskey a little bit, but never mind. I do like whiskey. So we didn't get to bed till about 4 o'clock. Frank was up before I was, because I heard him moving about. So I got up about 11:30, and we had breakfast. Would you believe it? Midday on New Year's Day. Brunch, I called it, rather than breakfast. Anyway, after brunch, Frank decided that we needed some fresh air. So we drove down from Edinburgh to North Berwick, where there's an excellent marine life centre, which was open, incidentally. We had a little walk along the beach, and then into the marine life centre, into the cafe, which was absolutely jam solid. It's hardly a seat anywhere, but we eventually did find a couple of seats at a table with a lady and a gentleman. Frank had a cappuccino, I had hot chocolate with cream and marshmallow, of course. And we were chatting to the other couple. The lady turned out to be his daughter, and she excused herself because she was going for a swim. So I said to the chap, who incidentally was from Bristol, in the southwest of England, but was up there for Hogmanay. I said, "Oh, I didn't know there was a pool here." "Oh, there isn't," he said. "She's a sea swimmer. She's gone off to swim in the sea." And I thought, my God, swimming in the North Sea in January. The North Sea is perishing cold in the middle of summer, never mind the middle of winter. So she must be a hardy soul. Hardy or foolhardy, I'm not quite sure which. Hardy, we'll call her. And we went on chatting to the chap from Bristol, who told us, interesting chap actually, he'd worked all over the world, from places as far apart as Australia and the USA. He was in his late 60s, retired of course, and he asked how old Frank was, and Frank said he was 74. And then he asked how old I was, and I said, "Oh, I'm 78. I'll be 79 in June of this year." And he sort of sat back, looked at me and said, "My God, you're looking well on it." And I thought, oh, how very nice, how kind. He was probably just being polite, but never mind. It's always nice to receive a compliment at my age. And as I say, it gave me a nice little rosy glow. So that was nice. Anyway, it's the new year starting, as I said, and we'll keep on trying to get this a little bit bigger and the overhang a bit more. I don't like hiding the belt because I like wearing belts, tight belts, which makes the overhang even more impressive, I think, if you wear a tight belt. I can't do with braces, suspenders, whatever you call them. Can't be doing with those. It has to be a belt for me. So the fact that this is hanging over it quite nicely is great. I say we'll try and get it a bit bigger during this year. I will be holidaying in the United States this year, travelling by train from New York all the way across to San Francisco. And the last time I was in the United States, crikey, it was 1979, was it? No, 1976 I think it was. So over 40 years ago, and I remember the meals there were huge, so they're probably even bigger now. So that should help with this as well, I think. My friend Mark, who lives down near Birmingham, will be accompanying me on the rail trip across the US of A, which we're really looking forward to. So there we are, that's the update. I'll be back in February. Who knows, this may have got to 210 Fingers crossed. We'll see. Anyway, good to talk to you all. Hope you enjoyed my little ramblings. And until next month, bye for now.